Angry guy here, and Western women are proving why men should never date or marry them and become passport bros instead. Western women are proving why men should never date or marry them and become passport bros instead. Today we're looking at a video where we're seeing more entitled Western women that just illustrate the reasons why men are walking away from Western society, Western women, and going overseas to find Filipino wives and start new lives. Let's go ahead and jump into the video right away.
Why do women often choose to make lists of what they want in a relationship rather than what they bring to the table?
Because they're demanding and they think that they're the shit. When
We are.
We're
empowered.
We are.
We're the ones that get
It's a
to
two-way
act.
street.
No. I think the guys should be the ones showing what they bring to the table. The women should be demanding what they want in a relationship. Does that?
I gotta say, being in Eastern Europe for a few days now, the attitude of the average woman here, it's shockingly different. Feminism, femininity, and just in general being kind is a complete 180. The way you're treated here as a man going out on a date or just saying hello in the street, just being cordial with people is mind-blowing. I think all men need to start traveling just to understand the cultural differences and why it's not worth playing the game in the United States. Quite honestly, it's playing at a handicap and you're putting in a ton of time and investment for something that has shitty returns. That's just being quite honest. We're not even talking about supermodels here. We're not talking about stuck-up rich women. We're not talking about just your average street chick treats you like you're below average. The mentality is stunning to see.
Does that make sense?
Well, what does a woman bring to the table?
Everything. She's a woman.
Everything.
She's the other half.
How many bodies you got? There's no fucking way. Oh, fuck no. That's bad that I gotta guess.
Nah, I guess.
I mean, I don't judge people, so just be completely honest with me. If it's 25, I mean... No, I'm not saying it's 25. Hey, bro, like, be honest. Like, I'm not the dude that, like, I don't give a, I don't give a fuck. Like, how many bodies you got?
Let me check.
What? No, there's no fucking way. That's cap.
You got it right.
How many?
You got it right.
5? Wait, 25? No, for real, how many bodies you got, actually?
Bet. I will literally...
Bro, just be honest, bro. You know how many bodies you got, bro. Bro, what the fuck? That you're fucking lying, dog. You're fucking lying. Fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Are you kidding me? Is that a star system rating right there? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my
look.
God. Y'all, this ain't right. Y'all, these chicks have apps now. They literally have apps where they're keeping track of the dudes that they sleep with, the Chads and the Tyrones, and they're giving them star ratings so they can decide which guy they want to hook up with again later on. Y'all, this is nah. Y'all, this is I kept telling y'all it was done. I kept telling y'all, Western society is at its end. I've seen some shit. I've never seen some shit like this before. Nah, bro. No. They have a star rating now. These women are keeping track of all the men that they sleep with, and they're assigning them a rating. Okay? If you didn't get the memo from the get-go that it's time to go, I told y'all before, grab your shit. It's time to go. Grab your shit. It's time to go, okay? We gotta go. Grab your shit. But some of y'all didn't want to listen. I'm grateful. I'm happy to know that I've been seeing messages from a lot of you, though, saying that, hey, Angry, I got my passport. I expedited that shit. Because there's some of you all who are crying in the comments like, I wish I had listened to you because it's taken months now to get it. There's a backlog. When getting a passport. I didn't know this. You dumb motherfucker. I told y'all to expedite that shit. It's investing in yourself. Y'all are there trying to save a little $60. Now you're trapped in the U.S. Unbelievable. Smart ones. Y'all, like, you expedited it, got that shit within like 2 weeks, and now you can get the fuck out when you're ready. All right? You can get up and you can go. Because this motherfucking country, America and other Western countries, they are on the complete and utter decline. Modern women have no self-control anymore. There's the cancer of feminism. It is a disease. and it has infected the minds of women and some men, and it is destroying Western society. We are on a complete and utter decline. People don't want to accept that Africa, for example, is going to be the next big boom. A lot of people don't believe it. Africa is about to enter a new era come 2029, where Africa is going to become self-sustainable. They're going to be able to feed themselves. They're going to be producing food, enough food on their continent to actually feed the entire continent. At that point, that's a self-sustaining sustaining continent. There's tons right now. There's all the land in the United States and Western society. It's owned by someone. It's owned by private entities or the government. On the other hand, in places like Africa, it's completely untapped. Like Africa is so untapped, it's insane. There are so many. Africa is so rich in resources, but a lot of people don't want to go there. They don't want to invest in it. There's tons of natural resources and there's tons of opportunity there. I mean, right now we're living in here in American Western societies. It's what we call red oceans. Every market, every industry is completely dominated by by private companies and industries and someone trying to enter these spaces. In Africa, yeah, they're still developing, but you have to understand that this is a look at where China was 50 years ago, and look at where China is today. 50 years ago, where there were only rice fields, there are now entire cities 50 years later. You have to understand that. Even some places in China 20 years ago, where there was literally nothing, 20 years later, you have an entire metropolis. That's just how fast things can change in such a short period of time. And that's literally what's happening in Africa right now. And Western society, Africa is going to see a major boom. They're going to, with a huge population increase, while the Western society is on a major downturn. It's on a major decline. Simply put, no one wants to deal with Western women anymore, and no one wants to live in Western society anymore. It's too expensive and it's miserable. Brazil, it's 50 cents for a dozen eggs. The United States, let's look that up. Dozen eggs right now. Like, how much does a dozen eggs cost in the U.S. right now? I mean, it's absolutely insane. The price of 12 eggs, large in New York City, oh my fucking gosh, is $5.49. It's $5.49 in New York City for a dozen fucking eggs. A dozen fucking eggs. Someone messaged me. Someone left a comment when I discussed this a little while back, and they said, I pointed out how expensive eggs are in the U.S., and they said, "Hey, Angry, I'm currently in Brazil, and I buy a dozen eggs for 50 cents." All right, this is it's done. Western society is completely collapsing. The cost of living is too high. The cost of dealing with American women is too high. Just the society, the quality of society in and of itself is crap. I mean, you turn on the television and everything is just politically, it's just designed to put down men and promote destructive garbage that's anti-human. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. If you have, thank you. Turn on notifications to never miss another video again, and and also like the video so that YouTube will know you liked videos, and it'll show you more videos of your suggested videos as well as on your homepage. If you guys want to contribute to the channel so that I have enough so I can buy some Red Bull, buy me some Red Bull, then you can drop me some cash via Cash App or PayPal. You can find the links in the description of the video. I mean, guys, it's just absolutely insane what's happening right now. It's madness, and men are done with the crap. Men are sick and tired of it. Men are over it, and that's why men are walking away entirely from society. I mean, look at this girl, a body count of 25 at what? She's like, what, 19 or 20? She's young. She has a body count of 25, and she's literally has a star system to keep track of them. I mean, no man wants this. It's disgusting.
4 stars, 3 stars. Below this is 5 stars. You guys aren't seeing it. Wow,
What, one
she's got
star?
names over here. Couldn't get hard.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god. By the way,
Y'all think this couldn't, guys, these are these are degenerates. Like these chicks are degenerate. These 304s are straight up degenerates, y'all. You know, these are the women that, like, you've got the eye cells who cry their eyes out because these 304s won't give them the time of day. They're like, oh my gosh, she won't love me. Like, bro, she doesn't love anyone. She loves Chad and Tyrone. She will never love you. I mean, I made this video what, almost 10 years ago. Like, what, she will never love you. I made, that's the title of the video I made. She will never love you. You know, she can love things about you. She can love what you have, but she will never love you as a person. All right. And it's just unbelievable. Like, guys need to wake the hell up. Women believe that they are the table, and that they don't have to bring anything because they are the table. They have everything, and men need to decide. And men have to bring everything because, men, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What they're saying is they're perfect, and the fact is that because they control reproduction, because of their bodies, they're automatically everything. It's unbelievable. They believe that they are gods. You got to understand. They believe that they are goddesses, truly goddesses. They were made perfect, and because they were made perfect by God, okay, men will always desire them. They are perfect in every way, and they are to be worshipped and revered. And if men want to be simply granted with be in the presence of a goddess like them, then they must bring everything because they view us as ants. This is the truth. They view us as ants before them. And this is a sick, sick thing. Even though we've built everything, even though we're the ones who pay for everything, the fact is, because of simps, we now live in under the oppression of women. And we need to completely acknowledge it. We live in a gynocracy. And we live under the oppression of women as a result of simps. And the only way to escape is to leave. It is to leave Western society and go overseas and start new lives and build something out. This is a Western society is a failed society. And the only way that we can survive and thrive is by starting over somewhere else and creating new communities. Guys, I said this before. Society will not collapse. Global society will not collapse. It is very hard for the entirety of society to collapse. Okay? Society will not collapse. Groups of people in society will collapse. That's what's going to happen. Groups of people in society will collapse. But let me just remind you that a country is nothing without its people. And when we say people, a country is nothing without its men. Never forget that. I saw this thing that said, you know, if you had, if you take 100 women, take 100 women and 10 men, and come back like 100 years later, and you'll find a thriving society, of boys and girls, right? But here's the thing, you know, if you eliminate if men, that's like 10 men, right? But and that makes in such a society it's unrealistic because it makes men, you know in that context, men are going to be men are very very much in demand because they're scarce. So you have 100 women, you have 10 men, you have extraordinary scarcity, and so women, they don't have a lot of choices. You have 100 women competing for 10 men, so 10 men are going to be fathering multiple children, multiple fathering multiple children with multiple different women. But if you think about this, if you really think about it very carefully, that's 10 men that are going to have to hold down the entirety of society. 100 women. That's a lot of labor. That's a lot of shit, you know? And it's hard. It's hard. That's a hard concept to really fathom. And what happens if these men were to just suddenly walk away from society? What happens if some of these men don't want to reproduce because there's the assumption that all of these men are going to reproduce. The truth is that you may not with just 10 men, 100 women and 10 men. It depends on the kind of men you're dealing with. If you have 10 simps, all right, 10 good for nothing men, then everything's going to collapse. Just to be very clear, because the quality of the men very matters very much. If you have 10 soy boys and 100 women, you're not going to have a society in 100 years. You're going to find you're going to if you have 100 women and 10 soy boys, you're not going to have 100, you're going to have hundreds of thriving, of a society of hundreds of thriving, 100 thriving. You're not going to have a society where you'll have hundreds, a thriving society of hundreds. You're going to have, you're going to find, in 100 years, 110 skeletons. I got tongue tied there, but it's the truth because the quality of the men actually absolutely matter. And right now, if you look at Western society, the men that have a real value are the men that are getting up and walking away from society. Women are absolutely delusional. The passport bros are men who have enough money to go overseas and start new lives. These aren't broke boys. Broke boys are guys who are living paycheck to paycheck. The average American is living paycheck to paycheck. The average passport bro is not living paycheck to paycheck. This is what's really crazy about American women. American women are completely disconnected from reality. The average American lives paycheck to paycheck. The average millennial is in extraordinary financial debt, and women are looking for millionaires in the West. Only 17% of men make $100,000 or more in the United States. The average man in the U.S. makes $50,000. Only 8.6% of women make $100,000 or more in the U.S. And the average annual salary earned by women in the United States is $36,000 versus $50,000 earned by men. This should be an extraordinary wake up call to women, but because of social media and the fact that they have OF and they think that they can use OF to go and sell their shit and essentially and yeah, it's sickening. It's absolutely sickening because they think they can always use their bodies to make money. It's absolute. We live in a degenerate society. This is a failed society, absolutely failed society. The women have no morality, and what's the funny thing is that they attack men who don't want to be with a woman who has a high body count or who lives an immoral life. All right, they cannot even see that they have the spirit of Jezebel within them. You know, like literally, so many women today they go through what they call their whole phase, as though it's a rite of passage. It's like going to spring break, or it's like something that you. It's like for a woman, it's like if you're a Muslim, you're supposed to like travel to Mecca once in your life, I believe, or something like that. And it's something that all Muslims are supposed to do if they're able to do that. And it's like women today, modern women today, it's like they're going through their whole phase as a rite of passage, where they basically rack up large body counts, and then once they're done, they go look for a Plan B guy, Plan Beta. It stands for Beta and Build, a beta male to build them up, so that they can then use to extract wealth and resources from that guy. It's like it's a form of wealth. It's a form of it's a form of wealth extraction. It's like just like how single mothers, you have these women who live on public assistance, and then they go and they have children outside of wedlock with these men, and then they use the government to extract wealth and resources from these men for decades, and they use that income to supplement their own income and live off that. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, y'all. When you This is the same thing that these women are doing when they get married, because when they look for a Plan B guy, they're looking at to this guy. It is a form of wealth extraction. It's very similar to what these other women are doing. You know what those single mothers are doing. You know, these women living on public assistance. These women are just going. They're finding men. They get married. They have no intention of staying married, and they're going to use these men to build themselves up. And once they've positioned themselves in such a way that they're in the right place, they're going to divorce the guy, take half his shit, and then also put him on the hook for child support and spousal support. So he's going to be paying spousal support, he's going to be paying child support, he's going to be paying out of his ass for decades, and sometimes they'll do this multiple times. You know, it's theft. But this is the way that modern women have been conditioned, and this is how they operate. And men, you know, it's funny because most men are almost innocent because they don't realize just how degenerate most modern women have become today. Anyway, guys, that's everything I have for you. What do you think about this? Western women are proving why men should never date or marry them and become pastor bros instead. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'll link you to the full video if you want to check that out. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And say it with me. Cheers. Hey, everyone. I appreciate your support and feedback. If you want to show your gratitude, you can use the Super Thanks feature to tip me any amount you like. You'll also get a special comment that I can see and reply to. Or you can become a channel member using the join button and get exclusive perks like badges, emojis, live chats, and more. Your support helps me make more videos for you. So thank you and stay tuned for more.